So everybody, my name is Tedashii. You already know that, I hope. If not, then you do now. If you know me, if you know what I'm about, if you ever see me do music or do anything what I do in this arena, I'm super sincere as well as direct and straightforward. And so I pull no magic cards or I don't hold no punches. When you come to the Unashamed Tour, you get a blast of hip-hop music, artistic quality that is on another level, and even the amount of music that you'll get that's quality is unheard of in a lot of tours. But then furthermore, what you do get is you get an impactful message to come alive. The idea that you can no longer leave this place and be the same as you came in, meaning you can't come here dead in your sin, dead to God, or wavering in your walk, or pretending and playing a game that you're really not living. You sit and stand and live before God that knows all and sees all. And so he's calling us to a place of living, a place of coming alive and being who you've always been meant to be. So at the end of the day, we will give it to you real, give it to you raw, and hopefully you leave ears while they're yet ringing, filled with the truth of the gospel. New Unashamed Tour, Unashamed 2012, come alive. Man, this tour has been one of the most intricate tours. I think in the past there's been concern for quality, but that has been heightened, and the level of what's expected has been increased, and that in and of itself can be both a chore as well as a blessing, and you know it becomes a blessing overall. But in that regard, man, there's been more preparation, more time. So I feel like even though we're at the beginning of the tour, for us the tour started long before these days ever came, and so for that reason, this is like almost talking about old news, even though it's new news, because you know, we've been preparing for it, meeting about it, talking through concepts, explaining to each other as well as to people who would come to be a part of what Come Alive means, and man, just trying to find a way to keep ourselves ever prevalent with the idea of what it means to come alive. That's been even being unashamed, like those two things have been huge in that regard, because with touring a lot of times you can just get caught up with the day in day out what needs to take place to make the show happen, but man, we're not wanting people to come to a show as much as we are wanting them to come to know a savior, to come alive, if you will. So man, I know there's a lot of people who get excited about the music, but this has been, just with a lot of stuff over the past few months, this has been a joy to see the chance come about to tell people to come alive. So I think the progress has been amazing. Advancement has been amazing. I am not necessarily, I think, in my own opinion, the best gauge of advancement and what that all could be defined as. I more so just noticed that there has been advancement, you know, and so I won't be the best barometer. Maybe there are other brothers like Cray or Thiz who can speak to that more. But for me, I've seen, if nothing else, the opportunity of a platform to be enlarged, and for that only to open the door for more opportunities of ministry. 4 or 5 years ago, like you mentioned, this would look weird. I look at it from the other vantage point of 4 or 5 years ago, it would have been impossible to try to go somewhere with 6 brothers. 3 or 4 was enough. Like there was only so much that one group could do, and now having the chance to add other team members to that, to just further try to express what it means to be unashamed, what it means to live for the Lord fully, what it means to be motivated by the gospel, and to even come alive. Those things are, all in all, huge task, and just what a gracious gift the Lord gave to be able to include so many people to be a part of that. So for me, even though I look at it from a genre standpoint, or I could look at it from a music standpoint and go, wow, 5 years ago, man, you know, maybe not, maybe. For me, I look at it more from a advancement of kingdom building, message sending, mission, commissioning, and noticing 4 or 5 years ago, adding this many people to the team would have been almost impossible. And now God in his timing has done that. And so it's been dope. I have some idea, I guess, of what I'll do, but I know that I am working on a new album. And so these are the processes now where I'll sit down, me and a couple of other brothers who no one knows, and we'll just sit down and we'll talk and pray, and we'll consider ideas of what I would like to share and talk about, and we'll just hash out which ones really fit me the most. And that's kind of the phase I'm in now. I haven't met with them yet. I'll actually meet with those brothers on my break in Dallas. I guess that's the 7th or something like that, October. When we get a break, I'll be at home and I'll be able to sit down with those brothers and talk through it. And then after that break, I'll continue just to make music. In this season, now that God has given me a little leeway to make a schedule and stick to it, just with everything in life, man, I've been able to just to go write music and create and record when necessary, but just be an artist and make art. And hopefully those ventures into art will some type of way feed or lend itself to what I do in album creating. So yeah, that's pretty much the stage I'm at. So shout out to everybody who enjoyed, loved, and copped Black Light. Black Light was a huge project for me, one of my favorites, and watching just the remixes go about. I mean, just to put it in context mentally, maybe it'll end up hurting me more than helping me. But I mean, Black Light is a year and a half old. So for people to still be enjoying that, it says a lot about the quality of the music. So thank you guys, I appreciate it. But the remixes were amazing. I mean, just to see the response. I mean, there was hundreds of DJs trying to remix it, random people on their own trying to remix it. FYI, a remix is not you taking what I did, throwing it to a beat, whether it's on beat or off beat, and calling it a remix. Moving on. But at the end of the day, man, shout out to everybody who did that. It was dope. My man just, Brother Knight just had a better one that in my opinion anyway. So he was sick with it. He killed it. And the creativity of it was definitely key. So yeah, but I loved it. I thought they were great. Last words, if I had anything else to say, I would say number one, if there's a city near you or your city that we're coming to for the Unashamed Tour, please come out. Come out. My hope is that this footage doesn't show up late on the site, but that you get this like next week and that you're able to look on the website, Unashamedtour.com, find a city, come out to a venue, get in the building, and get ready to be rocked to come alive, man. It's amazing.